Good morning, Tony Dattino, founder of the USA Memory Championship, and looking forward to another week of some exciting developments and things that I've been working on, and developments that can come about that I think will continue to promote the importance of mental challenges that are not such difficulties. They're just not so complex that people cannot be partake in them. And the science continues to just reveal what are the things that we can do in our lives that can help make a difference in our mental health. And as I see more and more people, and I had a vacation last week and get to travel and get to see different groups of people, seniors, middle-aged people, and I have a chance to listen to socialization. I actually have converse, actually get to talk to people. It is one of the things that people continue to focus on, worry about, stress over, which is how's my brain going to be as my body gets older, and as I watch people go about in different groups of people. You can start with seniors who have their aches and pains, but as we sat around the pool and listened to a number of them talking, it wasn't their aches and pains that gave them the biggest worry. It was, how do I keep my brain well? How do I not get dementia or forget or memory loss and things of that sort? Getting to listen to people in the Middle Ages as the world continues to change. How do I keep learning? How do I stay up to date with the things that I'm supposed to be able to do for my employment and my job, and learning the skills that I need as AI is coming about and technology is bringing about new changes? How do I learn? And so what's my learning to learn need to be? And of course, if I drop this down to college and or high school students, their next worry is, how do I pass my finals? How do I get through my exams? How do I get into medical school? How do I get into an engineering school? How do I get into my top college or a college that will accept my grades? And it always, all of these things bring me back to, so what are people doing to exercise their brain? What are the right challenges, the right learning skills that people can develop and learn? And so the very first thing I always try to share with people is, first of all, do you believe that you can exercise your brain, that there are things that you can learn and techniques and skills that you can apply that keep your brain into a perpetual mode of learning, where you can add information into your brain and it makes it easier? And so one of the things I say to people, do you ever stop to think about, the more you learn, the easier it is to learn more? And they kind of look at you like you're crazy. Right? Well, if you challenge your brain, so if you challenge your brain to continue to learn and accept, okay, so what are those challenges? What are the things that you can do that help you to continue to challenge your brain? So we call them mental challenges. So what is it you're learning that's new? What and how are you learning it? And are you an auditory? Do you need to listen to it? So people are now listening to tapes and cassettes, and you see things, plugs, people running and things are plugged, and you can stop and ask people and say, well, I'm learning something for my job. Okay, well, if you're an auditory learner, then putting plugs into your ears are a good way of accepting mental challenges and then learning from what you're hearing so that you comprehend it an hour later or 2 hours later. And so do you subscribe to the belief that the more you learn, the easier it becomes to learn more? And that's a thing that when I talk with people, they kind of look at you like, what are you, nuts? I mean, if I challenge my brain today, I don't know that I could learn anything. I feel like, I'm brain dead, as people joke about it. They think it's funny. It's like, say it. It's not funny to me. It's kind of like, the principles of learning are, as you attach information into the neuronal, the pathways, memory pathways in your brain, and the more attachments that you can make to those pathways. It's like, side roads, you're driving down a highway. The more side roads you have, the easier it is to get to different destinations along the road. And so it gets easier to get to wherever you're trying to go with the attachments, with the exception that there's more traffic on those roads. But I'm just talking about the pathways in your brain that basically say the more things that you can learn and the more pathways that you can create, the easier it is to attach new information to those pathways, which is so contradictory to what we think. We think, well, we went to school, we went to college, we went to a professional school, I've learned things in my job, and now for me to learn anything more, it's much more challenging. And I say, no, actually, if you understood how your brain learns to learn, the more you can attach and create pathways, the easier it is to take new information and attach it to those pathways, which seems to be contradictory to what people believe. It takes a little bit of practice, it takes a little bit of cycle. So, example, we think and we know that exercise has a major benefit to cognitive fitness. Except recently, in some of the discoveries they've made, that said, yeah, but that exercise takes at least 6 months before it begins to have a positive impact on cognitive fitness. Well, learning to learn and bringing mental challenges into your life is similar. You just don't say, oh, I'm going to go out and challenge myself. I'm going to take something so challenging and so difficult. I'm going to learn the new physics lessons. I'm going to learn new chemistry lessons. I'm going to learn how to play a piano. And I expect in the next week I'll be a pianist that's ready for the concert hall. It doesn't quite work that way, and I wish it did, because, boy, people would just be so quick to learn new things and have fun and bring mental challenges. So when I tell people about challenging their brain and learning new things, the first thing that I'm trying to teach them is, so what is the process that a brain goes through in learning to do that? And so there's a thing called memory rhythms, but I'm going to cover that on another time. But there are things called memory rhythms, which are cycles of how you learn and what you go do post it. So what are mental challenges? And so how do we bring mental challenges? It's anything new that you're going to pick up and attempt to learn. And recognize that there's a way of learning it, so that in that new topic of playing a musical instrument, doing crossword puzzles if they happen to be something you enjoy, learning to take ballroom dancing lessons, picking up an instrument and trying to read music scales and play a musical instrument, are all things that would help you to learn and stretch out, create neural pathways that benefit your cognitive fitness. The question always becomes is, are you in that mode of wanting to challenge your brain? Or are you at that point where you think it's just flat and that's it, I'll never learn anything more, I'm not capable of learning anything more, or I don't even want to spend the time in it? So the first thing that's important is you have to believe in yourself that you can learn and you can add new knowledge into your database. Number two, can you learn something that you never thought you could do before? Make it a challenge of fun, where you're enjoying what you're doing. So it's not like a tedious, oh my goodness, I have to do this. And so talking to some people over the weekend, colleges offer different courses, some that I may want to go back and take and learn about new things. Well, college curriculums and colleges are looking for students these days, or adult programs, and some colleges even offer those for free. But go look at a curriculum, go look at a college curriculum and see if there's a course that you can go. You put yourself into a learning mode, and many of them will offer courses for free with no grade, and that's okay. Go have some fun. Go sit in with a different group of people and build the social interactions with that. And the combination of learning whatever the curriculum is and learning the interaction with students and what questions they ask and how they interact and the questions you may ask, it creates a rich learning environment which takes the pressure off of, gee, I've got to get this, I've got to get this. Have fun with this, and that's the most important thing, is that you find something that you can do to challenge your brain in a way where it's fun. and see what happens. Give it a go. Send me a note and give me some progress reports. Look forward to seeing you on my Wednesday broadcast. Have a great week.